Thank you so much, Zevi and Joyce. Wow, I am so blessed. That was incredible and just so beautiful. I'm sort of like overcome with emotion. So I'm so happy to have been on the bima with both of you, with you for the first time, Zevi. So such a blessing. And we want to thank Jason Zivic for doing the tech. Thank you, Jason, and especially huge thank you to Sharon Golub, who every single week is in the chat, welcoming those who are online and making everyone feel welcome, whether or not they're here in the sanctuary or at home. We so appreciate you, Sharon. Thank you so much. A teacher of mine, actually a former Cooperberg Rittmaster Rabbinic intern, my dean, Dan Judson, he said to me one time, and it has stuck with me, that he has two religions. He has the religion of Judaism, obviously, he became a rabbi, and then he also has the religion of books. The book and books. So I feel somewhat similarly. To me, there's nothing like a good bookstore. And I brought the most recent book I just read, which is it's called Agatha of Little Neon. It's quite a not Jewish book, actually. It's a book about a woman who is a sister, and she's grappling with the feelings of maybe wanting to leave. So it's very good. I highly recommend it. I'm happy to talk about it more, but I wanted to just to read a little excerpt from the book, which I found to be incredibly meaningful. So this is from Agatha. That's her name, Sister Agatha, in the book, and this is her blessing that she prays. She says, "There were times when I did not stop at Amen. I could make the prayer go on and on. There was never enough time to list all the blessed. Blessed are my students, and blessed are their friends. Blessed are the quitters, and blessed are the nervous. Blessed are those that hide. Blessed are the messy. Blessed are the ones who say, 'Oh, that's over my head.' Blessed are the late bloomers, and blessed are the foolish. Blessed are those who lisp. Blessed are the birthday party clowns. Blessed are the waitresses. Blessed are the awkward. Blessed are those who burn the roofs of their mouths because they cannot stand to wait. And blessed are the heartbroken, the ones who have not arrived at the other side of their pain. Amen, amen, amen." So I love her prayer for many reasons, obviously. I love the way she makes room for all of our most human flaws to be blessed. I mean, blessed are those who burn their tongues because they can't wait. I mean, who among us has not been guilty? Certainly I have. I've been very guilty of burning my tongue because I could not wait. But one of the blessings struck me as particularly appropriate to the Jewish season we're in now, the month of Elul. And my microphone is a little bit funky, so I hope you guys can still hear me okay. Instead, I'm going to do this, and then I'll switch over. We'll see what happens. It's always never a dull moment. So thank you. Great. So great. So a blessing for the month of Elul. The one that stuck out to me was, blessed are those that hide. Blessed are the ones who hide. Elul in and of itself can be a time when we begin to feel the inclination to hide. During the rest of the year, we can avoid feelings of shame or disconnect, or at least pretend that they don't exist. But here comes Elul and the high holidays to remind us that we have to own up to all of the places that we've fallen short over the course of the year. All the places where we can no longer hide from our past transgressions. All of the places where we recognize that we may have not wanted to face them in the past. So especially at the beginning of Elul, we can feel a little uncomfortable. We can feel the urge to hide from ourselves or from others. But as it turns out, we come from a long line of holy hiders. Most prominently is Jacob, Yaakov, who runs away from Esav after stealing his birthright. In fact, he is encouraged to do so by Rebekah, his mother. She says, Kum, boreach, get up, go, run away. Run away from your problems and hide yourself so that Esav won't come after you. So he listens. He runs away and hides himself for many years until he is finally forced to reconcile with Esav and everything that he has been scared of for the past 21 years. Moving a little bit forward, but not too much, his son, Joseph, also hides himself from his family after his brothers sell him into slavery. Many years later, when the brothers come back to Egypt, they don't recognize him. However, Joseph knows who they are. But instead of immediately revealing himself to them, he first hides his identity, putting them to the test before he finally reveals himself. In fact, in Breshit, when the book of Breshit is enumerating the generations of Jacob, the generations of Yaakov, the text begins, Ele toldot Yaakov, these are the generations of Jacob, Yosef, which of course is confusing because Joseph was not Jacob's first son, or his second, or his third, or his fourth, etc., etc. But, however, the Midrash says that the reason Joseph is mentioned first in the line of Jacob's generations is because just as Jacob hid from his family for 22 years, so did Joseph. And that is the way that they are most alike. So, indeed, we are descended from a generation of hiders. But there is actually one other figure in our tradition who hides, probably the most prominent. And that, of course, is God. God is our most holy hider. And God tells us this God's self. In Devarim 31, a little bit further, it's a few parshiot away, not this parsha, but almost at the very end of the Torah, God says, V'anochi haster ester pani. I will surely hide my face from this day forward. And it has become the case. God does indeed hide God's face. Moshe is the last person to speak with God, panim el panim, face to face. And as we get further and further away from the Torah, God begins to appear less and less. In the prophets, God's still there, not speaking face to face, but still communicating. And of course, now we live in a world of hester panim, of God's hidden face, a world in which God's face is hidden from us. And so then we come upon Elul. And we begin Elul by reciting Psalm 27, which you just heard so beautifully by Zevi and Joyce. It's the psalm that brings us into the High Holy Days. It's recited from the first of Elul, Elul Aleph, all the way until through Shmini Atzeret. LeDavid Adonai Orivi Ishi Mimi Ira. For David, God is my light and my salvation. Who should I fear? It continues. Lecha amar libi, bakshu panai et panecha Adonai avakesh. My heart says, seek my face. Al taster panecha mimeni, do not hide your face from me. And so this in Elul and throughout the high holidays, this is our one request from God. Echat sha'alti me'et Adonai, one request I have from God, the only thing I ask is do not hide your face from me. Let me be with you. Let me be as close as we can possibly be. And there's almost a sweetness to imagining God hiding in the same way we hide. It's so human of God in some ways. So what can we learn from the nature of the hiding we've seen so far? Both Jacob and Joseph hide from their closest kin for many years. And for both of them, the hiding ends with reconciliation and love. Jacob's story of hiding from Esau ends with the two brothers falling on each other, kissing each other's necks, and weeping, and then sending them on their way, each of them on their way with good wishes for the future. All those years of hiding and anger absolved. Similarly, Joseph's reveal to his brothers starts with tears. He is overcome with emotion. And he tells them, don't be upset with yourselves. It's okay. Once the brothers have collected themselves after the shock of seeing Yosef and knowing that he was alive has worn off, they embrace him and they kiss him and they weep as well. Hiding can be many things. It can be protective and maybe even necessary at times. It can be a place of comfort, a comfort zone, a place that's hard to move out of. If it's possible, we can even sometimes get stuck in our hiding. It might also be painful if we are hiding our true selves from those around us. But what seems to be true from the Torah is that once we are ready to leave our area of hiding and move out into the open, the more vulnerable place, the place of mercy and I guess revelation, the possibility of what is waiting for us on the other side is a lot of love and forgiveness. Now I have to hold my microphone and hold my water. When God goes into hiding from Bnei Israel, the words God uses, Thank you. The words God uses, are hester astir. I already said, hester astir. I will surely or absolutely hide myself. That same word, hester, seter, meaning hidden or hiding, is the word used for what Moshe does at the burning bush. The Torah says, and Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. Histir et panim. Moses, in that moment, I didn't mention this one, Moses was actually also in hiding. For those who remember the story, he has fled from Egypt. He's fled from his life in Egypt. And he is not quite ready to go back to where he came from. He is still in hiding, in shame, in pain. But of course, Moses is able ultimately to turn and face God and face himself and reunite with his people. Before this moment at the burning bush, Moses was in hiding in Midian for 40 years. So the other thing we can learn about hiding and revealing or reconciling is that it can take a long time. It might take many years. In the month of Elul, there is a saying, Hamelech basadeh, or we could say Hamalka basadeh, the king is in the field, we say, which means that during Elul, God is the most open and available to us all year. God is out in the field waiting for us. Psalm 27 ends with the line, Kaveh el Adonai chazak v'ya'ametz, v'kaveh el Adonai. Have hope and faith in God. Be strong and of good courage. Have faith in God. Kaveh el Adonai. This doubling of the word kaveh at the end there, the word hope, is a hint to us. It's to tell us that sometimes it takes a very long time. And we don't know how long God might be hiding for. But it's our job to continue to have faith and keep hoping. So blessed are those of us that hide, both us and God. Blessed is our hiding, and blessed is our revealing. Blessed is our turning toward each other. Blessed is our teshuvah. May this Elul bless us with coming out of hiding in the right timing, when and if we are ready, and with the ability to turn towards God, and may it bless God with the ability to turn towards us. Hashivenu v'nashuva. Turn us, and we will turn.